being an entrepreneur is not for the normal type of person. I'm seeing too many videos and too many TikToks and too many people just saying, quit your 9 to 5, start a business today. Like it's that easy. What? I'm not telling you to quit no 9 to 5. I'm not telling you to drop your degree to start a business. We put over £3,000 into Grey. I did reach my goal of making more than Right guys, so before we get started with this video, I am aware that my tongue is pink. I've tried a new product and it turned my tongue pink. So now my tongue is stained pink. So I don't really know what to do about that. Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Jessiara. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Oh my gosh, I have no idea why I took so long to film this video ever since I mentioned it. But this is the video you've all been waiting for. If you're new to my channel, let me introduce myself. Hey guys, what's up? My name is Jessiara. I'm married. I'm 19, 20 on August 18th. Remember the date, but I'm 19. I'm a mum of my 8-year-old daughter. I'm a mother to my 8-month-old daughter, Amara, and I make fashion, lifestyle, business, girl chat type videos. I don't even know anymore. I kind of branch into everything, but welcome if you're new. If you're just stumbling across this video and you really want to know the ins and outs of starting a business, if you want to know how to start a business, if you want to know how I started my business, then this is the perfect video for you. If you see my laptop notes page, it's literally, it looks like a dissertation, except not that long, but it looks like a dissertation. It looks like a coursework submission for university. I really wanted to give you guys as much tips and as much advice as I could when it came to how I started, and telling you guys just the raw ins and outs of what it was like and how I got started basically. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a snack. I've got myself a glass of water because I literally just brushed my teeth, hence why my tongue is pink. So I'm just gonna move past that, but really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And before starting, obviously I'm going to shout out my business. If you don't know, I do have a jewelry business. It's called Grey Jewellery. I'm wearing our rings and I'm wearing our necklaces. If you are a businesswoman, if you're looking to be a businesswoman, then you need to shop Grey Jewellery. Like the website will be linked down below, and I've got you guys a 10% discount because I love you guys. So I'm just going to introduce this video with giving you guys some starter notes of what I want to talk about in the overall video. I don't know how long this video will be. I have a short window because my daughter is napping, so we'll see how long that lasts. But just some starter notes before getting into the actual video. So the first thing, and I think the biggest thing that I feel like I should mention, is that your following, and my following in particular, did not in any way, shape or form contribute to the amount of sales I got, and it didn't contribute to how successful my launch was. If you guys don't know, I will mention this further along in the actual video, but I'll just say it here. Across all my platforms, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, I have 120k followers across all my platforms. Mostly TikTok, I have 103k I think on TikTok, which is mad. Those 120,000 people didn't all shop for my business, and just because you have a big following, if you're someone with 1 million followers, doesn't mean all 1 million people will shop from your business. Okay, the second/third thing is you can't just be doing your business for money, and at the same time you don't need a ton of money to start a business. It's the same life. So when starting a business, I'm not going to get into it because I'm going to get into it later in the video, but just a starter note, when starting a business, you don't need to be a millionaire to put into your business. You don't need to have £100,000 to put into your business. You don't even need to have £100. You can literally start a business with the bare minimum. You just need to establish what you need, the materials you need, what you need to start your business. I will get into that. But at the same time, you shouldn't start a business with the intentions to make money. Obviously, it is nice to have a business that you enjoy doing and make money from it, but baby girl, you can't be doing a business just to make money, because it will fail. Point blank, period. It will fail if you're just doing it for the money. You need to have the heart for it. You need to have the time, the energy, the dedication. You need to have those sleepless nights. You need to have those days where you're literally going crazy, where you're stressed out. That's the life of an entrepreneur. That's the life of a business owner, unfortunately. But you can't just do it for the money, because you won't get anywhere. The next point is, when starting a business, please think about what is high in demand and not what is popular, because too many people that I know and that I've watched start their business have just gotten into a business field that is way too saturated already, that has too many people doing it, and frankly, their business doesn't succeed the way that they expect, because they're going into a field that is already condensed and saturated with a market of businesses that are already doing well and that they have their customers established. So if you go into a field like, I'll mention this again, but if you go into a field like fashion, jewelry, like I did, or cosmetics, it is extremely saturated, especially the fashion industry. Too many people go in starting clothing brands and then they don't do well because they come up with 2 free t-shirts, not that many sizes, not that many colors, and people just get bored. So try and think about something that is actually going to be worthy of buying. Try and think of something that you would use in your everyday life, something that you find purpose buying, and that will be the perfect product. And the last starter point is something that I will touch upon and something that I really want people to know. And this is me being very vulnerable and very wholehearted when I get into this. And that is, it's not every day make money. You won't make money in your sleep all the time. For me, I will mention this, I will go into it when I talk about my launch day and how that went and how much money I made specifically, but not all make money. It's not when you wake up in the morning, you've had 5, 10, 15, 20, 100 sales. Sometimes you wake up and you've had no sales. And I've had many days that's like that. Sometimes weeks it's been. So that's what we're gonna be getting onto. That's just a little starter, an overview of what we're gonna be talking about. I'm gonna talk about the starter, how I actually planned my business, how much money we put into the business, and then I want to talk about my launch day and the takeaway and some advice for you aspiring business owners. Okay, so let's take it back to like January, February time of 2021. As you know, I gave birth to my daughter. At this point, she was about 2 months old, I think 2-3 months old. And Corey was here and I was just like to Corey, I'm bored. I need a new business venture, because something about me is I get bored very easily. I am a type of person where I just like to be go, go, go. I like to be in different projects. I like to have different things going on. I like my creative brain to keep flowing and going, because if I'm not doing anything, if I'm just stuck at home in my own devices, essentially, I will go insane. And I'm just a very creative person, so I like to express that. So if you guys don't know, before my jewelry business Grey, I did have a fashion magazine. It was called Cover. It was my baby. I started it when I was in college, when I was 16 years old, and I ended it when I was 18, I believe, last year. For many reasons, mostly because I fell out of love with it. I didn't see it going anywhere, and having a fashion magazine was very saturated. I knew a lot of people that were doing the same thing as me, and at the end of the day, I felt like I couldn't contribute to anything. I felt like I couldn't put money into making the magazine the way that I wanted to, because I was a college student, I had no money, and no one would fund me. So I was just like, let me put it on pause. I wanted a new business venture, something that was different, something that I actually loved and something that I actually enjoyed. And I was thinking of doing clothing. I was gonna do clothing, but that would have just been too obvious. So I said, let's do jewelry. I love jewelry. I think within the last year or so, I started wearing jewelry properly and trying to dabble in like different styles and different aesthetics. But that's what I done. I established what business I actually wanted to do. I had a bunch of notebooks writing about the type of customers I wanted to attract and the type of people I wanted to buy my store. And that's one thing that I can heavily suggest doing is, before you even buy stock, go to a vendor, do this, do that, please sit down and think about your type of customers, the customers that you actually want to attract. Because I'm sorry, it's not a business if you don't have customers. Like, you're just there, you're kind of just existing essentially. So sit down and think, who do I want to buy my store? Where do they shop? What do they look like? What do they dress like? Where are they from? What are their behaviors? What do they like? What don't they like? You really need to sit down and think about the type of customers that you want to attract to your store. Once I figured out the aesthetic of my business, once I figured out the customers that I wanted to attract, once I figured out what I wanted my business to look like essentially visually, I thought about the name. And everyone has been asking me, why Grey? Why did you pick the name Grey? And it's spelled G-R-A-Y. Honestly, I was gonna name it Athena Jewelry, and because my daughter's middle name is Athena, and my business is essentially dedicated to my daughter. I've done my business for her. Because the overall business and our overall branding is where glamour meets affordability. It's a place for every type of woman that I want every type of woman to be able to wear and love and be confident in my jewelry, essentially. So it's dedicated to my daughter, and I was gonna name it Athena Jewelry, but there's Athena Jewelry already and I didn't want to copy. I wanted to be unique and I wanted to have a unique name. I love the name Grey. I used the name Grey in Grey Jewelry because I just liked it. I liked how it sounded. I thought it was different. I think there is another business with a similar name, but I don't pay any attention to them. I don't really look at any other businesses honestly anymore. I used to, but I'm in my own lane now. I don't know how I forgot to mention this, but I use Shopify as my website. I created the website myself. I did not use a graphic designer. I did this whole thing myself, which I'm really proud of, but this is not sponsored by Shopify. I just really like it, and it's really, really easy for putting your products up. For someone like me who's not a web developer, let me tell you guys, I picked a simple overlay and I picked a simple layout for my website that's really easy to use, and then I incorporated different apps to make my website look the best that it can be. So if you want to use Shopify, I'll leave the link down below. Again, not sponsored, I just really like Shopify. Okay, the next thing is what everyone I know is gonna be asking about and what you kind of came here for, and that's how much money I made in my launch and how much money we invested into the business. When I say me, I mean me and my boyfriend, because it is a family run business essentially. Even though I do most of the things, I just say it is family run with me, Amara and Corey. So we put over £3,000 into Grey, into the launch. But I'm just gonna say we put over 3K, over 2K into the whole launch. And when I say the whole launch, I mean we put that money into the website, into the packaging, into shipping, into the actual products, into marketing. We put it into everything. And yeah, as I said, it may be a small amount to someone, it may be a big amount to other people, but for us, we really had to sit down and look at our finances and look at where we saw Grey going, and we think Grey is going to be big. We know it's going to be big, and I do have high hopes for this business, and I do have so many plans that you guys aren't ready for in the future. I'm so excited. So the next thing we've done is sourced our vendors, because if you don't know, the jewelry is sourced from a vendor, and I use the website Alibaba. I think it's a really popular website. I am trying to look at other vending websites, and eventually my biggest goal for Grey is to be completely sustainable. I do want to make the jewelry ourselves instead of sourcing it. That is the goal. We're getting there, fingers crossed. But for now, we do use Alibaba. We do have set vendors that we got our products from. I'm not going to share my vendors because honestly, a lot of people just spend a bunch of money on a terrible vendor, and then they would buy a bunch of stock and it will all be bad quality, it will all break easily. So when it comes to picking a vendor, you need to do trial and error. I know it's exciting to just get your business started and to just get it out there. Trust me, I really was about to go with the first vendor that I saw and just bulk buy, but I knew that wasn't a good idea. Corey told me, don't you dare do that, because that would have been a waste of our money. And I wasn't trying to buy a bunch of stock from a vendor that I didn't know. I got to know the actual vendor, I got to know the person I was buying from, the company, the people who worked there, what their work conditions were like. Buy a tester of the product that you're gonna get. For example, this ring, I tested it the first time. I wore it for 2-3 weeks. With all of the rings and all of the necklaces that I sell on my website, I've done tests on my jewelry to see if they are tarnish free and if they are water resistant, because my vendors do claim that they were, and some of the vendors that I tested from, they said, yeah, water resistant, yeah, tarnish free, and then what, my finger turned green, huh? What? Okay, right, so that's what we're not gonna do. Don't bulk buy from just any vendor. Actually look at the vendor that you want to buy from. Right, so the next thing we've done after finding our vendors and actually like organizing, oh guys, there's a bunch of back end. If you're like me, I don't really like all that organizing mathematical stuff. Corey done all of that. Like what we done was we had to get spreadsheets and do Excel spreadsheets of our stock list. And even now, I'm very proud of myself that I've done this. But as a business owner, you do have to take into account your finances. You do have to make sure you have your finances in check. And for me, I didn't forget about that aspect, but I just didn't think about it that much. And obviously, if I am going to be self-employed, if I am going to run a business, hopefully a big business one day, I'm going to have to take into account my finances. I didn't hire an accountant, I literally done this all myself. So got a spreadsheet, sorted out my finances. So that's something that I really recommend doing. If you don't know how to like have a finance template or anything, I will see if I can find examples, or if anything, let me know if you guys are interested in getting the one that I'm using, because I made it myself. But if you're interested, comment down below. And I also just wanted to note that no external people, no external sources were involved in the launch. in the production, it was all me and Corey and Amara. I'm including Amara and everything. But if you guys don't know, I'm a mother. Like, I'm a mum. I had a daughter. I had to look after her, and then when Corey went back to Manchester, it was only me looking after her. Then she wouldn't sleep at night. Then she went through the 4-month sleep progression, which was actually mad. And on top of that, I wasn't sleeping because I was trying to get this launch done. I went to bed at 2, 3 in the morning. Then when I go to bed, as soon as I hit my pillow, she'd wake up and then not go to sleep until like 6 in the morning. So it was a constant thing where I didn't get sleep and where I was tired, I was sleep deprived. But guys, I didn't let that stop me because I have high hopes for my business, and I know that all of this hard work and all this pressure and being a mom and just having no time for myself, I know it's gonna pay off. So you guys really need to stay positive in all of the process that you go through when it comes to making your business, because you should know one day that you're going to be sitting back relaxing, just letting money come into your account like that. You're not going to have to do anything one day, but if you put the work in today, you literally won't have to do work 5 years down the line. You get what you put in, essentially. Guys, if you're just a student like in college, you haven't really got that much responsibility. Yeah, you've got exams and stuff, but I'm sorry, you can't use I'm tired, I'm bored, I can't be asked, I can't be asked. If you can't be asked, don't start a business, because being an entrepreneur is not for the normal type of person. I'm seeing too many videos and too many TikToks and too many people just saying, quit your 9 to 5, start a business today. Like it's that easy. What? I'm not telling you to quit no 9 to 5. I'm not telling you to drop your degree to start a business, because no, keep your 9 to 5, do it as a side hustle, see how it goes. If you're starting to make more money than you make in your 9 to 5, then sure, give your business a chance, give it your entire attention, grow. But I'm not telling you to quit no 9 to 5. People that be telling you that, no, they're literally sitting on a Lambo in front of a massive house that they probably didn't even get themselves, telling you to buy their course. Don't do that. Right, so let's get on to launch day. Gosh, launch day was entertaining. If you don't know, I vlogged my launch day. I will leave it in the information box wherever it is. But coming up to launch day, it was absolutely terrifying. I was so nervous because, as I said in the beginning, I have a following. I had people who were excited for Grey. Whilst I was doing the behind the scenes, I was also posting on the Grey Instagram page and just putting content out. And then when I got the products in, I introduced the products and said the names, and people were getting excited. I built hype. Yeah, I built hype. A lot of people were excited for the launch. Then I introduced the launch date, which was May 22nd. But leading up to the launch, guys, I was so nervous because I was like, are people even gonna buy from me? What? Why would people buy from me? And I started being doubtful. And at the same time, Amara was being Amara. She was being my daughter. I had to take time out. It wasn't always me on my laptop, because I did find myself sitting at my laptop sometimes and she would just be there staring at me, and I'm just like, let me turn off and play with her. There were days like that. There were many days like that, and I felt like such a terrible mother because I wasn't playing with her. But you really have to find a balance in everything that you do. So if you are about to do your launch, I want you to get into a mindset of being neutral. Don't have a mindset where I'm gonna sell out, and don't have the mindset saying I'm not gonna sell out. Just have a neutral mindset. Be open-minded to the possibilities, because you never know what's going to happen on launch day. Up to my launch, I watched a bunch of YouTube. I think I watched every single YouTube video that there is on people's launch days and selling out on their launch day, and I got really excited. I got myself hyped up thinking, yeah, I'm going to sell out all my stock, yeah, I'm going to make £1,000 in one day, blah blah blah. And it wasn't the case. So let's talk about launch day. As I said, I launched on May 22nd. I vlogged it and I was recording like as people were on the website. And at one point I did have over 100 people on the website, and I was just like, oh my God. I was literally, it was just me and Amara literally in the living room. Amara started screaming and she wanted food. At the same time, I was getting sales. I saw like 20 people place an order, and I was just like, oh my God, oh my God. And yeah, it was just chaotic to say the least. But let me share how much I made. I'm not gonna share the specifics. I'm gonna tell you guys the range. I can tell you guys that I made £150 in about 5 minutes, which I was very shocked about. And then I did reach my goal of making more than £500. That was my goal. I wanted to make over £500. I did expect to sell out because as I said, I was hyping myself up. I was manifesting it. I was doing all of these things, but I think I went a bit too crazy and I didn't really humble myself. But as I said, I didn't sell out, and that is normal. I don't want people to be disheartened when they don't sell out. Just because you're seeing all these people sell out doesn't mean that you will, and that's okay. You have time. Like, you've just started. You've just started. If I did sell out, A, I would have been stressed because I would have had so many orders to package on top of having a daughter, and B, it would have just been mad to ship and do this and to do this and then the back end. And so I'm not saying that I'm happy I didn't sell out. I'm just saying I'm happy with what happened, and I'm really proud of myself. I did make over £600 in my launch and past that. So that's all I have to say on that. It was a great launch day. I was really happy. People loved the products. As soon as I launched, I was so excited to package. And then when it came to packaging, I've never packaged an order before. So I was sitting there trying to figure out, what should I do with this and what should I do with this? Get to know your packaging beforehand, because don't be like me and just sit there contemplating what to do with a poly mailer, like, gosh. Let's get on to the aftermath and where we are now. I have now had my business for over 2 months. I think as I'm recording this, it's July 27th. So I just wanted to be completely transparent and just put myself out there and just be honest to those of you who want to start a business. I don't know if people talk about it. I haven't watched any videos like this before making this video because I just wanted to use my own input. And that is, there has been days, 5 days at a time, a week at a time, where I have not made any sales. Guys, and when that has happened, when I tell you that I was disheartened, when I tell you that I was so upset, where I was so close to just cutting it all off, just because I remember, I think after launch, it really just went down, and that's normal. That is normal. When you have the hype of launch, and then people get to know your product, people get their product, they're just kind of sitting there waiting for their product to come on, people move on with their life, and then it does slowly plateau, and that is normal. It's not going to be every day up there, because if it was every day up there, you wouldn't get to know what you're doing wrong, you wouldn't get to know what you can improve on. So I am happy I had those days. And even now it is up and down. We do have up days, we do have down days. I do have days where I'm just sitting waiting for an order, where I'm just sitting there waiting for someone to check out. That is the worst feeling, when you're sitting there and you see that there's 20 people on the site, and then out of those 20 people, no one checks out. It is the worst feeling, but I have gotten to understand what I'm not necessarily doing wrong, but I've gotten to know what I can improve on. I've gotten to know what I can change on the website, things that can make it easier for my customers to check out, and just making it simpler, basically. So I just wanted to share that not every day is going to be a high day for you. Not every day is going to be a low day for you. It does fluctuate, because guess what? That's business, baby. That's business. And the last thing that I have to say is that it's something that has happened to me. I'm not going to speak about it too much, but you will have people copy and paste your idea. You will have people copy either your products, your business aesthetic, like just your Instagram page. You will have people copy your style, your brand logo. You will have people copy things and they won't even make it subtle. They will literally make it obvious. I have had this happen to me, and not gonna speak about it too much because I'm not like that, but it has happened, and it's bound to happen, especially, and I take this as a compliment because it means that you're doing something right. It means that the person's looking at you like, oh my God, that's a really good, let me take that. Not even let me get inspiration, let me just take that. What? Let me tell you guys, in the beginning when I started my business, I was looking at so many other jewelry companies. I was looking at their logo and how they done their logo to see if people liked it. Then I changed my logo about 3 times, and even now I want to change my logo because I've been playing around and I've actually been experimenting with different logos. And I've sat there and I've watched this person package orders with my exact products, with my exact branding. And I'm just like, well, baby girl, your customers might as well buy from me, the OG, the original. And on that note, that is the video. If you guys appreciated this video, if you took something away from this video, if you learned something from this video, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me out a lot. And if you know someone who's wanting to start a business, send this video to them and say, baby girl, this is your sign. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as I said, if you guys want to support your girl, shop Grey Jewellery. Coming out with new products soon. And when I say new products, I mean new rings, silver jewelry, hoops, studs, huggies, more necklaces, more chains, anklets. We're coming up with the whole shebang and I'm so excited. But yeah, link will be down below. And if you guys want to follow me personally, please don't forget to subscribe and let me know what other videos you would like to see. But I feel like a mess. I now need to check the monitor to see if she's awake, which she most likely is. But love you guys so much. Don't forget to stay happy, stay safe, stay inspired, and I'll see you in another video. Bye bye.